Let me let you in on a little something that's not so secret. If you don't practice, they know. You can do all the cover-up you want, but your team members know. As a leader, you may be wondering how to prevent this from happening. That's what we're going to talk about today. What to do when your worship team shows up unprepared. Well, I'm going to be honest with you and tell you that the first thing you need to do with any issue is to ask yourself what you could have done to prevent it. In this particular instance, ask yourself if they know the difference between practice and rehearsal. If they don't, you need to back up a step. Practice is done at home. Rehearsal is when you are all together. The difference between those needs to be communicated to the whole team if you haven't already. If you have, good on you, but do you need to reiterate it? Before your next rehearsal, text the entire team. Hey guys, I wanted to remind you that we have a rehearsal coming up. Don't forget that practice and rehearsal are different. Practice is something you do at home so that when we gather together for rehearsal, we are all prepared. Thank you guys for your willingness to practice at home so that we can have the most effective rehearsal possible. I'll leave a link to this text down below in case you need it. If it continues to happen after you have made that reminder, you can call the person or persons you suspect or know are not practicing and ask them if they've practiced. At this point, it is best to get a yes or no response. Let them know you need them to come prepared. Be sure to do this early enough in the week that they have sufficient enough time to practice before rehearsal if their answer was no, they haven't practiced yet. Don't try and play it easy by making a blanket statement or requirement of a specified amount of time that everybody has to practice. Because coming prepared will look different for different musicians. Some musicians are very seasoned and they don't need as much time for practice as others do. So it's too difficult to place a blanket time requirement on everybody in your team. You're dealing with individuals. They will need individual attention. I'll link to a video I did previously on this issue about skill development. It's very important that your entire team is very devoted to personal skill development. Now, it's really crucial to keep downtime off of the stage. That's why they practice at home, because these are musicians we're talking about. Don't underestimate their ability to get bored. Leading musicians can often be like herding cats. They're not too keen on any sort of herd mentality, so this can make it difficult to lead them because if they get bored, they may run off after the nearest shiny object or jazz riff. Good luck getting your rehearsal back after that one. I try to put myself in their shoes as much as possible. A true leader sees themselves as a servant and wants to help those on their team in as many ways as possible. Last but not least, this one can be challenging, so before you offer this advice, make sure they want it. Management of time. There are various tools available that you can advise your team on time management if they're open to it. We frequently waste time that could be better utilized, but nobody wants to hear that they're poor time managers. But if we're really honest with ourselves, we can improve. Be ready with resources if they want assistance in this area. The best way to prompt this is to just get to working on it yourself. And then they'll see you doing it as a leader. They may want to follow your lead. As a true leader, you see yourself as a servant, and I hope that you see that you can best help each individual to see the importance of showing up prepared if they feel they personally add value to the group. Look for, foster, and reward their willingness to come prepared in any way that you can.